Good evening. I'm Nancy Cox.
And I'm Kevin Christopher. Thanks for joining us at 6. He's accused of killing one man and critically injuring another in a shooting in Berea this morning, but police have made an arrest. And now to the big story. The Mercer County Sheriff has worked countless fatal wrecks in his career, but the one that happened 2 weeks ago would change his life forever. Sheriff Ernie Kelty showed up on Perryville Road only to be stopped by his deputies. His daughter was killed after hitting another car head on. Now, for the first time, he sits down with LEX 18's Courtney Fisher to talk about that day. Well, since we first ran the story of a Lexington family's fight to keep a custom-made playhouse for a young boy with special needs, hundreds of you have commented on Facebook and our LEX 18 webpage. And now many of you are banding together in a unique way to help the family fight to keep that playhouse. LEX 18's Nicole Pence has the update. Well, Nancy, Attorney General Jack Conway's Republican challenger, Todd Peepool, reminded Kentuckians of that infamous attack ad aired by the Democratic incumbent in his failed run for the Senate last year. Peepool ran this TV commercial that dredges up memories of Conway's Aqua Buddha ad that attacked Republican Rand Paul. Now, in the 2010 ad, Conway focused on allegations Paul was affiliated during college with a group that mocked Christianity and worshiped a god he called Aqua Buddha. The ad says Conway embarrassed Kentucky nationally with a personal attack, but it didn't matter much tonight.
Police say they've made an arrest in a recent murder, and the suspect is no stranger to police.
24-year-old Clark Young Jr. is accused of killing Vincent Miles. Miles was found shot to death outside a home on Elm Tree Lane back on October 11th. While he was charged with murder today, he was already in jail in connection with a shooting October 10th on Whitney Avenue. 2 people were hurt in that shooting. Police say those 2 were able to gather enough information to get Young arrested.
They knew him casually and actually knew him under a different last name. So it was not like they were close personal friends or anything. They were able to give us a first name when they were shot.
Now, police also say they do not believe Young knew Miles, and right now, they don't think Young is involved in any other shootings across the city. Another good story behind the big story. You know, there's a lot of star power always packed into Churchill Downs on Derby Day as all the celebrities come out to watch the big race. The police say Denholm opened fire in an apartment above a law firm. It happened just after 7 this morning on Chestnut Street. Nikki Burdine joins us live from near the scene as we continue our big story team coverage.
I'm Nancy Cox.
And I'm Kevin Christopher. Thanks for joining us at 6. The group that enforces the Americans with Disabilities Act is getting into the debate over a playhouse for a Lexington child with cerebral palsy. Police say he didn't see her. Now a Clay County man who police say admitted he'd been drinking and taking drugs is charged with second-degree manslaughter after hitting a toddler in her driveway and killing her. Jackie Congedo just returned from Manchester, and she joins us with the story. And joining us for Decision 2011, as always, our political analyst, Farrell Wellman. Farrell, for David Williams, nothing worked. We expected a big victory by the Democrats virtually across the board, starting at the top of the ticket with Steve Beshear. David Williams could not shed the bully of Burkesville tag. Even a seductive message like eliminating the state income tax and the addition of an unforgettable on his ticket just couldn't get it done.
He never got any traction on anything.
Welcome back. I'm Kevin Christopher, and as we cover your world, a Pennsylvania lawyer says demonstrations over the firing of Penn State coach Joe Paterno could turn the victims of a sexual abuse scandal into scapegoats. He says he's working to provide therapy to the young men allegedly abused by one of Paterno's longtime assistant coaches. University trustees decided yesterday to replace Paterno immediately and not allow him to finish the season. That prompted angry demonstrations by students in support of the 84-year-old coach. Officials in Venezuela say they have found the vehicle used by the armed men who abducted Wilson Ramos, a catcher for the Washington Nationals, but no sign of Ramos. The 24-year-old was seized from his home by kidnappers last night. There's been a sharp rise in the number of kidnappings of wealthy people in Venezuela who are held for ransom. A storm of epic proportions continues to threaten communities along Alaska's western coast. In Nome, the tide crested 10 feet above normal, causing flooding along the town's main street, which runs along the beach and features gift shops and bars. In addition, strong winds ripped roofs from some buildings in Nome. But wait till you see this. Finally caught on cam, a surfer hanging 10 and then some. Extreme surfer Garrett McNamara, surfing off the coast of Portugal, caught what is believed to be a 90-foot wave. Look at that thing. McNamara, a Hawaiian professional surfer, says He didn't realize how big the wave was, but somehow stayed on his board and smashed previous big wave records. And that's what was caught on cam. Now here's Kristen Flum with a look at what's ahead in the dollar stretch.
Every year, we turn Lee Cruz loose here at Churchill Downs, and he finds some real characters out on the track.
Yeah, and you never really have to look too far to find characters at a racetrack. And on Derby Day, look around. I mean, Lee's got a full house to choose from, and we understand that he just sprinted 7 furlongs in 110 flat, and he's getting ready to play the Bill Meck game.
That 8th furlong, I was scratched.
Last night, a Frankfurt convenience store clerk was robbed for the second time this week, but police say they don't think there's a connection. Monday, the female clerk was sprayed in the face with bug spray. Then last night, just after 10, police say the Circle K gas station on Schenkel Lane was hit again. And you can see on this surveillance video released to LEX 18, a man dressed in black with a ski mask walked in, pulled out a gun, and threatened the same woman and other employees behind the counter. Police say the clerk doesn't seem to think the two robberies are related. If you know anything about either robbery, call Frankfurt Police.
So I'm really excited.
You and Bill just supporting all these groups all over town.
MJP, the MVP. Thank you, Mary Jo.
We'll be right back.